Ah, late-season smallmouths. Let us count the ways we love them. Spectacular setting, the search is always an intriguing challenge, and the fish never disappoints once it's been hooked. So much the better if you have a few tricks up your sleeve when you hit the water to find and catch these fish.
I haven't been on Mille Lacs Lake, Minnesota for, well, it's been 3 months, I think, since we fished here. So we're here early October, and it's always a little bit difficult sometimes to put a pattern together. And one fish does not a pattern make, obviously, but that is an incredibly beautiful fish right there. Beautiful sunshine. Look at the shoreline colors starting. We've got about a week to go and we'd have peak colors here. But beautiful wind conditions. I mean, it's not going to get any better than this for the rest of the fall, probably. And what a chunk. That guy's got to be 4.5, 4 3/4 pounds. Beautiful fish. Ow. So the spoon that I just caught the fish on there, right here is the Johnson shutter spoon, and it weighs 3/4 ounce. You can see it's got some nice bend to it right there. I usually couple it with the swivel, else you're going to have a lot of line twist. The other spoon that I use is the Johnson Smallmouth spoon, and a little bit different shape. It's got the concave surface right here and no other bend to it, and the rippling on top, so a lot of flash, a lot of vibration from both spoons. This is something that we've been talking about a lot the last, 4 or 5 years, the use of spoons to trigger fish. I suppose most people would call it a reaction strike because you're ripping these things. I mean, you are really ripping, but the other thing that we've got set out here, of course, is some grinder baits, some soft plastics on jig heads. And I'll probably go through and lay out a little system there for you also. You're early October and it's still 56 degrees, so that water temperature has not started to crash at all. There we go. On that cast, they're on that little hump. This isn't a very big one, but now he's pulling a little bit harder. Just a nice average fish this time. Oh, and right into the net. The spooning is an awesome big fish technique too. This is not a big fish, but so these guys will eat it too. Let's get back out there though. So just a little series of humps right there. Sometimes they just move up there for 10-15 minutes. Little pack of them. Hard to tell what's going on right now. We'll see what we got. Smallmouth. You bet. Nice fish. Here we go. So it's tough to beat that grub sometimes. It's just really hard to know a lot of times when you just haven't been on the water a bunch. So I went to the brown grub, 3/8 ounce head. That power grub is probably one of the best soft baits of all time for smallmouth bass, no doubt about it. And most of the time, all you want to do is grind it along, slow grind it along. Look at that fish, beautiful, huh? In the sun like that. Get him out here. Get that out of there. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. So you're always ready with a throwback system of some sort. You just never know. There, so we'll keep it simple with the grubs today, or the soft baits. And of course, this is the 4-inch power grub right here. I'm fishing it on a 3/8 ounce head. You're going to want some different weight heads, obviously, for fishing in shallow water. A 1/4 ounce is going to be a lot better most of the time. And then this little grass pig here, the 3.5-inch grass pig. And that grass pig, let's talk about that first, because I've been really doing well with that in finesse situations. As you can see, it's got the narrow body. It's actually a design in the 5-inch side for largemouth bass, but it fishes great for smallmouths in the 3.5-inch size. So narrow body, paddle tail, and rigged right straight up and down on that jig head like that. It's just got a beautiful swimming motion in the water. So that paddle tail swim bait, just a great option. The power grub though is an all-time favorite. And a lot of times what you want to do with this one is just simply throw it out, grind it along, lift, drop, grind it along, because it's that little tail, the action inherent in that little flickering tail that just drives fish crazy. So it doesn't really make any difference if the tail is up or down, but there's a lamination on both sides. It goes right up the middle, even with the top of the tail or the bottom of the tail. And you want this jig, or the hook, jig hook, to be run right under that lamination, about 1/4 inch or 1/4 into the bait, all the way down, following that lamination, and then right straight out again on that lamination. And that means that the tail is going to be straight up or straight down. So when it's rigged perfectly like that, right on that lamination, the tail is either up or down. And when it's rigged like that and you're grinding it through the water, not only is the tail ticking, but you also have an inherent swim to the body like that. And this is the original swim bait right here. It is awesome. You can never almost fish it wrong. I'm not saying it's magic, but it is as good as it gets in most situations for smallmouth bass. So 2 systems, I'm using the spoons, I'm driving some fish crazy with those spoons, but you always got to have these soft baits rigged and ready to go too. Here we go. Coming up, nice smallmouth. Oh, he's a big old toad. All right, up you come here, buddy. Nice, big fish. Wow, man, that's gonna be big fish for the day. That's a 5-pound fish, solid. And as the day has continued here, we've gotten a little bit more wind, and the fish are scattered. That's the pattern for the day. I'm getting one here, one there, and occasionally I happen across one like this right here. Beautiful fish, just a toad. So a nice way to end the afternoon for sure.